Good afternoon. This is Mersey News Live. I am Cynthia Ajayi.
And I'm Rhys Thomas. Our top stories today. Extreme weather on Merseyside leads to flooding, and at Aintree, security is tightened ahead of the Grand National.
And Merseysiders are urged to give a dog a home. And in sport, Jurgen Klopp says he understands Liverpool fans who plan to protest during tomorrow night's fixture.
Extreme weather hit Merseyside yesterday, with reports of floods and dangerous winds. Our reporter Emily Smith has more on this story.
Storm Peric has hit Merseyside with flooding in West Kirby and extreme winds and rain across the region. It's been the 8th wettest winter since records began, with the Met Office predicting heavy rain and more intense rain in both winter and summer. I spoke to environmental scientist Dr. Michael Byrne to ask why we're seeing such an increase in wet weather.
We need to think forward. We need to think about the fact that these storms will become more frequent, and they will become sometimes a little bit more larger in magnitude as well. And so, yes, we need to look around the country to see, are there areas which need better defences? And if so, then perhaps we'd have to work on those as well.
Yellow weather warnings are still in place across Merseyside.
The Randex Grand National will take place at Aintree Racecourse from tomorrow, with more than 150,000 people expected in attendance. Last year, the Grand National race was delayed by 14 minutes due to members from the activist group Animal Rising obstructing the racetrack. The group's reason for delaying the race was to raise awareness for animal cruelty, which they believe organisers don't do enough to prevent. Kevin Blake, a horse breeder and journalist, said in a debate, "We would love the fatality rate to be zero. Of course we would, but we can't reduce the risk entirely." Additional security is being implemented this year by Merseyside Police to try and prevent similar protests by activist groups and antisocial behaviour from punters.
Assaulting a retail or shop worker is to be made a separate criminal offence in England and Wales, as the UK government looked to respond to a wave of retail crime. Rishi Sunak said shops must be free from the threat of crime or abuse. The new offence will carry a maximum sentence of 6 months imprisonment, and offenders could receive an unlimited fine. Some shop workers are already sceptical of the new legislation's effectiveness.
Making that much difference, as with shoplifters, etc. There's never any police around, so I find it hard how they'll ever be able to incorporate it into daily life in a shop.
Box Park Liverpool is coming to the Baltic Triangle. What is Box Park, you might ask? Well, it's a big food and entertainment venue. They make their sites from refitted shipping containers, which gives them a distinctive look. Box Park Liverpool is the first location outside of London. It will be situated in the heart of the Canesbury village. Sitting in the bright Baltic Triangle district, the Canning Hall site is set to become a destination for food and entertainment. Opening next Friday, the 19th of April, organisers hope that Box Park will enhance the thriving community in the area.
They'll also just bring a large chunk of investment. I think people will see it as a bit of a stall point for people to be able to then invest into the area, and that's always good. I think it'll also maybe prompt the council to do more in regards to transport. I think when we look at the train station opening and them type of bits, I feel like it'll spare that along. The current date sort of booked in for 2025, 2026 to start, and I feel like an influx of people to the area will just show how important that is.
A new exhibition, Saturday Town, is set to launch tonight at the Open Eye Gallery. Casey Orr hopes that her exhibition will showcase young women's identity and individuality across the North. The gallery will portray various images of women taken on a Saturday afternoon, and our reporter spoke to Casey earlier.
Liverpool, to me, you can see, I love color and I love everything. I love all the wild, individual, style that happens. Liverpool has everything in kind of turned up to 11 when it comes to fashion and style. And so I've always just felt like this city is the spiritual home of the project. These are all documentary pictures. This is just what people are looking like on the streets. They're all done on Saturday afternoons. So yeah, I just feel like this is the perfect place for the show to, begin.
European nights at Anfield usually see powerful shows of flags and banners, but the stadium will look a little different tomorrow night as fans protest an increase in ticket prices. Supporters will not display flags in the Kop for Thursday night's Europa League quarter-final clash with Atalanta after the club announced a 2% rise in prices for season ticket holders and members for next season. Jurgen Klopp says he sympathises with fans, but that he is in an awkward position.
That the flags are not there, no. As long as the people are there, it's all good. But I understand the concerns and the discussion, definitely. It's a tricky one from my point of view. Obviously, to say I didn't even know about it, that it happened. Tony told me pretty much before the press conference. So it's now the opinion is clear. We want to have the people in the stadium. We want to make it available for everybody and stuff like this. We are a self-sustaining club. We have to, as long as I'm here, I can tell everybody each pound we earned went directly back into football. That was always the case, so it's not wasted for something. It's for the club is doing for the community, all these kind of things. There's a lot of good things what you could say what the club is doing, but I understand 100% where the supporters are coming from, and I'm pretty sure they will find a solution in these situations.
Basketball in Liverpool is going from strength to strength, according to a coach based in the city. Liverpool Basketball Club have an extensive girls programme with teams ranging from under 14 to under 18. Amy Russell, who has coached the under 16 girls to a second place finish this season, says the game is growing and developing. She says basketball for young girls is now better with more opportunities than ever before. According to the latest research released by Sport England, 400,000 girls under the age of 16 play basketball on a weekly basis.
Cricketer Keaton Jennings has praised Ben Stokes' influence on his game. He also says that the women's game is going from strength to strength. The Lancashire captain has been talking to Mersey Sport Live.
Yeah, look, I think it's probably more the way Stokesy and Baz have tried to get the guys playing. I think is more of an influence. I think it's the belief that you can win from any point, and it's about making sure that we go about playing not necessarily in a similar way, but sort of find ways to try and win. Obviously, they've got different constructions around. There's no relegation. You can pick the players you want to fit the mould. We want guys to be the best cricketer they can and try and influence the game as best they can. So come Friday, it's not about me going out and getting runs or pointing the finger at Wellesley or Bales to get wickets. It's about whoever's got the ball in their hand or got the bat in their hand, they influence the game as best they can. Look, I probably want to say more generally, you've got a product that has a huge ROI at the minute from a business point of view, so the investment has to be there to try and make sure, one, you create the platform for the skill set to improve, but two, then you actually get a return on your investment. So look, Daniel Gidney and the Lancs board have been fantastic in supporting our women's program all the way down. Extra funding down in the pathway to more professionals, to pre-season tours. So I think, one, for me, the narrative needs to change about sort of the thankfulness around it. That's the way it should be, and that's the way it needs to improve. And I think Lancs have been absolutely outstanding to that. So, look, it's been brilliant, and I think they'll only grow in the next sort of few years. You can't be what you can't see, to a degree. And you've got to make sure that you're giving those opportunities, and it's about the girls tapping into the lads' knowledge and vice versa. The skill set is slightly different, the game is different, but we can always share things. So look, it's about sort of making sure we are cohesive.
And finally, Merseyside dog lovers are being urged to adopt a fun-loving dog called Alvin, who has spent 740 days in a rescue centre in Warrington. Alvin has unfortunately earned the title of the longest-staying RSPCA dog in England and now hopes to be united with an affectionate and caring family. Despite his troubling start to life, the 4-year-old lurker is known to lead quite a luxurious lifestyle, with staff noting his tendency to kick back on the sofa and enjoy a cuddle with visitors. Those interested in giving Alvin a new home can visit the RSPC website for more details.
That's all from Mersey News Live this afternoon. You can catch up with these stories and much more on our website, merseynewslive.com.